Hi everybody, Laura here for Waffle Flower Crafts. I'm so glad that you're joining me today. I've got a fun interactive slider card to share with you featuring the new Happy Day stamp set by Waffle Flower. Look at this stamp set. It's so fun. I'm in love with this hilarious big brown bear riding this little bike. Well, it's not little, but the one wheel is super big and one wheel is super little, and he is like one step away from a big brown blob. And he's so charming. I fell in love with him, and as soon as I saw the bike, I knew I wanted to try to do something interactive. Well, right about that time, I saw Jennifer McGuire, that woman. She is a genius. Well, of course, she's an engineer. She's an engineer paper crafter. So she's always inventing things. And she did this video. I'll put a link to it if you haven't seen it. You got to see it. These hidden slider cards. So the track is hidden. And I was so inspired, I thought I'm going to try to do it with this Happy Day stamp set. So what I've done here is I got a panel of Nina Solar White cardstock. I stamped all my images using Memento Tuxedo Black ink. Quickly, very simply, colored them in with Copic markers. Now I'm using the coordinating dies to die cut them all out. What I'm doing now is freehand trimming my own little grassy hill using my craft knife. I do this a lot if I don't have a hilly die on hand or I'm just too lazy to search through my dies. It's really simple to trim one out with your craft knife. Now what I'm doing is making my slider track. So those are also very simple to make. I just punched out 2 little holes. I didn't even measure. Then taking my ruler, I just cut out the slits. And there is your slider track. Now I'm going to do a little bit of ink blending using one of the Waffle Flower inks. This is called New Fish in the Pond. It's a great kind of an aqua, great for a sky, just a little subtle background color. And this is going to be my slider track here. Sorry my head gets in the way, but I'm embossing a sentiment from the Happy Day. So it says, a good day to be happy. And this is going to be the part that you're going to pull out. I thought it might be nice, just a little finishing detail to round the edge. So what I do is I halfway slide that into a circle punch. This is just a 1-inch circle punch. And it gives you that nice rounded edge, just a subtle little detail. And then as well on the top of my grassy hill, I'm embossing in white the coordinating sentiment. So it says today is, and then when you pull it out, it's going to say a good day to be happy, and it all goes together. And now what we have to do is begin to assemble this slider card, and it's very technical, and I hope I make sense. Lots of foam tape used. So what we're making is like a track, something that keeps your slider in the track. It only can go back and forth, back and forth. It can't go anywhere else. Following me? So we're doing lots of foam tape, and we're going to pop up this whole panel, leaving that track underneath. Flip it over, pop it down onto a card base, and there you have the beginnings of a slider. So now we're moving on to attach the bear. I took a thin strip of foam tape, enough to fit comfortably in that slit. And then what I used is a little piece of acetate. I used some Hero Arts acetate because I wanted this part to be clear. I didn't want it to show, but I needed something to attach my bear to the slider track. And what I'm doing now is I'm going to hide my slider track. So I'm adhering my grassy hill with some score tape, but I'm only putting score tape along the bottom. So the top of the hill remains open and free so that your slider can slide back and forth. And then as well, put some score tape on the top of that acetate and simply adhere the bear. And bada boom, bada bing, there you go. You've got your slider. How fun is that? You could literally just sit here all day and pull that back and forth, and I'd be happy as a clam. But I wanted to add some finishing touches. So I had colored these flowers with Copics, and every step of the way, I popped the flowers up with foam tape. But I'm checking every step of the way to make sure that my track and my slider still slides. So I worked this puppy over, man. And here I want to add one more flower to my cluster. And so I stamped another little leaves, but I'm only using the bloom, adhering these with glossy accents. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to lie, and I'm not going to candy coat it. These interactive cards are a labor of love. They're a little more time consuming. Definitely not something you're going to mass produce, but I think it's definitely worth it. Really brings a smile. It's super fun to try. Added a little butterfly every step of the way. I'm still checking, does my slider work? And it does, and Mama's happy, and today is a good day to be happy. Thanks so much for joining me. For more information, check out the Waffle Flower Facebook, Instagram, and their blog. Make sure and check out their new release as well. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.